The AWL Conference Finals are all set up and it's chalk across the board as the 1 and 2 seeds play each other to see who gets to go to the AWL Championship. As always, our focus will be on our Widows. Being the 1 seed, they start the Conference Finals series in front of their home crowd, facing the number 2 seed, the Kings and Queens of the Diamond, the Monarchs. The Widows swept the season series against them 3-0, and Roxy Riot is hoping to start the Conference Finals off on the right foot, still looking for her first win of the playoffs. Same goes for the Monarch starter, Tatiana Valentina Smith. Byron Baxter leads off with the Monarchs, and Riot keeps his dangerous speed off the bases as he grounds out to first. Clarissa Covington is up next, and just like Baxter, she grounds out to first as Riot covers for the second time in the inning, which brings up the 3-hitter, Allegra St. Clair. St. Clair walks on 5 pitches, so much for the 1-2-3 start as Isabella Contreras digs in from the 4th spot. Full count to Contreras, Covington goes, but it's just a hard ground down to De La Cruz at second to end the inning. Widows turn in their half of the first, and Calypso Wellington flashes a leather at second, taking away a base hit from the speedy Yao Ling for the first out. Alexis Gamble is in the 2 spot for game 1, and she chases the high fastball for strike 3 as Lilith Nightingale steps in. Full count to Lilith, and she can't make contact either. Valentina Smith gets the 3-up, 3-down inning as it's all zeros after 1. After 2 quick outs in the second on a ground out and a Wesley Pennington strikeout, Calypso Wellington steps up to the plate. Calypso Wellington's first at-bat of game 1 of the AWL Conference Finals here. First pitch from Riot. Strike 1 on the slider. Riot so far on the playoffs has 6 strikeouts. Second pitch of the at-bat. Looked at. Ball 1. 1-1 to Wellington. High inside fastball. Cranked out to left field. See ya later. It's a home run into the Widows bullpen. Calypso Wellington, that is her first of the playoffs, and it puts the Monarchs on the board first. Our Widows look to respond in their half of the second, and with 1 out and Crush Gonzalez on second, Carla Pontarelli grounds out to second, but does move Gonzalez 90 feet from home for Fatima De La Cruz's first at-bat. The 1-1 to De La Cruz gets sent back past the diving Wellington at second. Gonzalez scores from third, and the game is tied up at 1. Chloe Nightingale grounds out to short to end the inning, but the important thing is, it's a brand new ball game, all tied at 1 after 2 innings. Top 4 still tied at 1, and Allegra St. Clair leads off for the Monarchs, getting on base as Lilith knocks down the line drive hit her way. St. Clair steals second, then Isabella Contreras slams a single into the hole at short, put runners in the corners for Christopher Ponsonby. Ponsonby hits a liner to center. Ling makes the catch for the out, but St. Clair tags up and scores from third, giving the Monarchs a lead again, 2-1. That brings up Wesley Pennington, who's 0 for 1 so far. Pennington is ready for the first pitch curveball, and he crushes it, way out to left and gone. His first homer of the playoffs gives the Monarchs a 4-1 lead as the Kings and Queens of the Diamond get 3 in the inning. Crush Gonzalez leads off the Widow 4th with her second walk of the game. Then she steals second as Rose Davenport grounds up to short to bring up Carla Pontarelli once again. Pontarelli moves her on the ground out to second, so here we are again. Fatima De La Cruz with a 2-out RBI chance. De La Cruz falls behind quickly 0-2, but gets a hold of this pitch and sends it to the right center gap. Gonzalez scores easily from third, and it's a 4-2 Monarchs lead now, as De La Cruz slides in safety with an RBI double. Chloe Nightingale follows, and after getting herself into an 0-2 hole, she works the count full, then draws a walk, putting 2 runners on for Jennifer Marks, who pinch hits for Roxy Riot. Marks comes through on the pinch hit, driving the 2-0 to center for a single, and the bases are loaded for the top of the order, Yao Ling. Yao Ling 0 for 1 with the walk, bases loaded, big spot for a 4-2 ball game. Monarchs in the lead. First pitch, ball 1, missing low and inside. Second pitch, also low, ball 2. 2-0 to Ling, looks at that one for strike 1. It's a 2-1 count. Outside, 3-1, Ling way ahead here. Way late on the swing, 3-2, full count now. Ling sends it out to right center field. That's gonna get down out there. 1 run across the score. 2 runs across. Third run also looking to score. Throw home, not in time. 5-4 lead for the Widows. The Widows fight back once again from down 3 to take a 5-4 lead into the top of the 5th. Moving ahead to the bottom of the 7th, and Alexis Gamble leads off with a single into center. She then steals second, and Lilith Nightingale draws a walk to get herself on for Crush Gonzalez, with 3 walks herself in the game. Crush hits a line drive to third, but Pennington gloves it for the first out of the inning to bring up Rose Davenport, who is struggling so far in the playoffs. Davenport strikes out to go 0 for 4 in the game, but now Carla Pontarelli steps in with a chance to extend the Widow lead. Carla Pontarelli steps in, 2 on, 2 outs for her. First pitch, hit out to center field. You can forget about it. A 3-run home run from Carla Pontarelli. 436 feet, her first of the playoffs, gives the Widows a 8-4 lead now. The Pontarelli home run gives our girls the space they need to start the conference finals series off on the right foot as they win 8-4. The 3 stars are all Widows: Yao Ling, Fatima de la Cruz, and Carla Pontarelli. In the Monument Conference Finals, the Tigers get out to a 1-0 series lead, beating the Tormenta 9-5. That brings us into Game 2 of our series as our girls look to go up 2-0 over the Monarchs. The aces battle as Serena Slider and Maximilian Dupont try to keep the offenses quiet. Byron Baxter leads off Game 2 for the Monarchs, getting a base hit taken away from him from the hot corner at third. Clarissa Covington follows but strikes out chasing the low inside pitch, so 2 quick outs as Allegra St. Clair steps in. St. Clair hits a grounder to third, and Chloe Nightingale ends the inning the same way she began it, in style. Now it's the Widows' turn to see what they can do in their half of the first. Yao Ling leads off the Widow first, being patient, taking 4 straight balls and drawing a leadoff walk, as Chloe Nightingale moves back up to number 2 in the order. Ling gets herself to second on the stolen base, but Chloe can't take advantage as she goes down swinging for the first out. Lilith has the RBI chance now. Lilith in a full count looks at the 102-mile-per-hour fastball for ball 4, so 2 on, 1 out for Crush Gonzalez. She walked 3 times in Game 1 and lines out to Baxter in center for out number 2. Last chance to score in the inning is Rose Davenport. Davenport's playoff struggles continue as she strikes out to end the inning, so neither team able to score in the first. Isabella Contreras wastes no time jumping on the first pitch and taking it to center for a leadoff single to begin the second. 2 outs later, and Rufus McCormick lines a 2-1 from slider over De La Cruz and into the right center gap. It ricochets off the wall as Contreras rounds third. The throw is not in time and the Monarchs score first. Calypso Wellington keeps the inning going as she singles to center, so now 2 on, 2 outs for the pitcher, Maximilian Dupont. He can't get it done and becomes Slider's second strikeout victim of the inning as she limits the damage to only 1 Monarch run. Our girls were able to respond well in Game 1, but have to do it again here in Game 2. The Widows go quietly in their half of the second, but Dupont put on a show after getting Carla Pontarelli to ground out the second. He strikes out the locked-in Fatima de la Cruz and our reliable veteran Jennifer Marks to keep our girls hitless after 2. Still hitless in the third, but with 1 out, Yao Ling says, "I've seen enough," as she gets herself on base with the single into center. Sadly, she guesses wrong on the steal attempt and ends up in a rundown, and eventually gets tagged out for out number 2. Chloe has started up again, and she does! She gets enough of this 0-2 from Dupont, and despite the effort from Contreras, she beats the throw to set up her sister Lilith, already with the walk in her first at-bat. Lilith avoids getting hit on the 3-1 and draws her second walk to bring up the always dangerous Crush Gonzalez. Crush Gonzalez, her second time up here in Game 2. First pitch from Dupont. Way out into right center field, Crush Gonzalez says, "See you later," a 3-run home run. She does it again, coming through in the clutch, giving our girls the lead. It's 3-1. After the Gonzalez home run, our girls keep the bats hot as Fatima de la Cruz sends the 1-1 out to center and off the tippy top of the wall. 1 run scores and it's 4-1. The fun ends there for now, however, as Jennifer Marks grounds out to Pennington at third to end the inning. Bottom 5 we go, and Crush Gonzalez leads off with the walk. She gets herself to second, stealing another bag, and with one out, Carla Pontarelli gets on with the walk, putting runners on first and second, and bringing up Ponte de la Cruz in the process. She lines a 2-1 over Wellington at second and into the right center gap. I feel like that's her favorite spot. It's an RBI double for de la Cruz as she makes it a 5-1 lead. Jennifer Marks hopes to join the hit parade next. No hit for her, but she does get an RBI on the ground down to first, making it 6-1. The Widows are firing on all cylinders in Game 2 so far. Top 6 and with 2 outs and runners on the corners, Jago Godfrey pinch hits for Sterling Forge, and so much for a cold bat as he takes the first pitch out to left. It's down for a base hit as the Monarchs get a run back at 6-2. That's all they do in the inning, but it's something at least. Bottom 6 now, and Yao Ling gets the inning started with a bang. She doesn't hit a lot of home runs, but when she does, it's always exciting, as this one has just enough to get over the short fence in right. Her first of the playoffs gives our girls a 7-2 lead. Later in the inning, with 2 on and 2 outs, Carla Pontarelli steps in. Already with a single and a walk on the day, Carla Pontarelli comes up, takes the first pitch out to right center, high, far, gone! A home run for Carla Pontarelli of the 3-run variety. This one goes 429 feet. Her second of the playoffs gives our Widows a 10-2 lead. After the home run, our Widows pour it on to the tune of 16-3. They took control of Game 2 after being down early and never let go. 3 stars are once again all Widows: Lilith Nightingale, Crush Gonzalez, and Yao Ling. On the Monument side of things, the Tormenta tie that series at 1, and we'll see from the next video if our girls can pull off the sweep and advance to the second AWL Championship of this series. Thank you so much for watching. Hit the like button and subscribe if you're new around here. Also, take a look at my Ko-Fi page if you want to support me in a more personal way. Keep on shining and keep on grinding. I will see you all in the next one.